Yeah.
Anyway, everybody hear me all right?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yep.
Well, before I say anything tonight, I just got to say everybody here is awesome. I love Union Street. I've lived here for 15 years. And today I had an unfortunate situation where I went into the Alluvion and I tried working with them and they just snubbed me.
Aww.
For 2 years now. I even tried to get today and I just was fed up. So what I'm going to do is just kind of be experimental like usual. I'll read something from a book I wrote in 2019. Some people may have seen this. I go by many names just because I don't feel like getting harassed by people. So, the name of the story is called Travesty City. Riding shotgun with Hemingway in search of life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. I guess I'll read it and then go into a song with this thing. I awoke to the sound of an alarm on my phone made in China, just when I thought the best piece of property I owned was my vagina. It was a beautiful morning in northern Michigan, but it was not the most ideal place for me, a pagan, vegan, and Native American. My dear friend Ernest was going to give me a tour of Travesty City. We got into his self-driving car, made in pure Michigan, a lazy man's Uber with lack of control, such a pity. As I sat in the car reading the wretched Beagle Daily News, he turned on the radio and asked me if I wanted some booze. As soon as he flipped to the station, he said, "Does a bear crap in the woods? Does a drunk omelet wear many coats? Does NPR think its crap floats? Can a rich tornado let go of its pretentious ideological wealth for a simple life of clarity and good health? Ah, that crazy fox, never thinking outside of the corporate box." He rambled on and on. I watched him gaze out the window at the invasion of the honey-glazed tourists. It seemed like an assault on Mother Nature and the locals. Ah, tourists, the true terrorists. Ernest commented again, "Fudge-packing leafers are here to once again litter the streets, to stuff their guts, to rid our beach with E. coli, while picking their brains, or while pickling their brains, only seen with their eyes while saturated with malted grains." "Don't worry," I said, "seems like the local liberal pumpkin spice tourist vampires will clean up the mess, I guess." He continued on, "Such a gentrified landscape, such a pity, such a bore. Soon they will leave to only arrive once more. If you get the homeless and the poverty-stricken people to volunteer, then you will have one hell of a workforce driven by desperation and fear." Ernest believed that he was a honeybee and not a wasp, producing only golden honey and not paper lost in seasonal costs. We went from an abomination to a trumped nation, black coffee, black oil, white royal with moral constipation, racing towards a cliff at 5G speeds. Nothing is going to stop our selfish wants, ignoring basic needs. Ever get that feeling that you were not wanted, surrounded by 8 billion people, alone and haunted? Before I could answer, the blue devils streaked across the noonday skies as PTSD-ridden veterans hid, screamed, and closed their weary eyes. As we got closer, a billboard caught my eye. "Come on vacation, leave on probation. Sure glad I brought my suit and tie." Finally, we had arrived. The potholes had given me a sore neck, I cried. The car had parked itself on the top floor of a 9-story parking garage. The emergency brake was activated because of this tilting structure built on sand. I guess first-year architects think their work is grand. We took the side tracks to avoid the busy clutter, but the smell of sewage treatment plant made it feel like we were in a human gutter. He asked if I wanted to go to the Left Brain Brewery to get a PFAS IPA. I told him that I don't drink, but I would love to smoke a blunt down by the bay. Soon we headed towards the Cherry Light District that smelled of skunk, fresh tuna cherry pie. Not a single person could look us in the eye as they walked on by. They looked too busy looking on their screens using anti-social media to communicate their life in false dreams. This was a classic case of technological schizophrenia. Distracted, delusional, paranoid with blue screen insomnia. I stopped and screamed, "I'm sick of all these mainstream hipster crooks. Were there any good places to just sit down and read some books?" He simply replied while smiling, "We could go to the local library. They have a cigar lounge, a hookah room, and a brewery. You don't get caught smoking a cigarette even if you're Native American, or the book Nazis will tattle and crucify you because they can. They're like mosquitoes. Smoke usually keeps them away. I was taught this by my friends the Ojibwe." Ah, the hubris of Hannah and his followers, now slaves to prey they attack that are holding growlers. Maybe then we could see a movie. I heard that 2001 is playing at the Blowjob by the Bay. "Nah," he said, "I don't really need more Jesus in my life today. I'd rather play with my Kubrick's cube down by the waterway. That was it. I was done. This is no fun. I just want to go home, away from this plastic neo-Rome. All they do is consume, breed, defecate. In the end, like the yeast they produce, they only suffocate. You ask the slave culture on how they think the pyramids were built, they would simply reply, well, I'm sure they had an app for that. A homogenized society only seen through those Western eyes, a species of addiction denying their nature and life. Hashtag douchebag, YouTube, I drive drunk into a lake as they crash, or as they check the time on their clockwork orange Rolex is 2 minutes too late. I screamed again, get me the fuck out of here. Ernest grabbed me by the shoulders and gazed into my bewildered eyes. Don't worry, take a deep breath, winter will soon arrive, the great sleep, death.
Yeah!
Okay, that's it for tonight. Thank you.
Yeah!